Welcome to another video. Today we'll talk about hype tokens. So as you can see on CoinMarketCap, there are over 11,000 coins and tokens. So the sum of all the coins and tokens is apparently more than 11,000 are listed on Coinbase. And one might wonder if are these all, like I said, are these all on blockchains, own ecosystems, or are these also tokens? And yeah, the majority of all of these are tokens. And the important part to understand there is that there are definitely technologies out there, so cryptocurrencies out there, which have a purpose, which which have use cases, which do something. For example, let's start with Ethereum or not, with having smart contracting capabilities. Cardano the same. On the entire smart contracting capabilities, there is then the whole DeFi lending space that was created afterwards. So many DeFi use cases being built upon, and smart contracts basically creating all of that. Also, the whole NFT space is being done, while a large proportion would credit to also the Ethereum network. So with the biggest two like Rarible.com and OpenSea. And right, so that's now let's do a little deep dive into all the tokens. And one would wonder, yeah, so let's just go to whatever, to a low cap token and invest lots of money in there. So I'm not saying anything about the token being good or bad here right now. I just want to highlight that if you buy a token, you should really look into it. So the first distinction, like I said, I would make is a token or is it a native asset of a blockchain? So for example, let's go back to the beginning here. And we can, for example, see in the first page, let's start with Ethereum. So we've got, for example, here Ethereum. And the part here is that there's Ethereum, it's being mined. So we know it's a proof of work system, it's not a token, okay? So, and that the entire Ethereum asset is also part of the Ethereum blockchain, more or less. So it's directly tied to it. So you, in order to run smart contracts, to transactions, you need Ethereum, and everybody who wants to use or send any other token which lives on the Ethereum blockchain needs to pay also the gas fee in Ethereum. So it's the most important asset always in the entire ecosystem of Ethereum, and that's what it makes valuable, in my opinion. Now let's go to any other asset. For example, let's go to Tether. So Tether, we know it's a stablecoin. It has a use case, but we don't care about the price speculation since they are trying to do a peg to the US dollar. And you can see the here $1. And this, for example, is a a token, which I would any like any stablecoin has a clear purpose. So you can use it. There's lots of trading volume based on Tether. So yes, I know there are so everybody has mixed feelings. I also have mixed feelings about Tether, and you probably heard all I guess most of you already heard lots of rather bad things about Tether. I also right, but I will not deep dive into that because I just wanted to list this as an example. And we can see here that the Tether is, like I said, a token living on the Ethereum blockchain. So we can see here the contract ID. And like I said, this is not on its own blockchain, it just lives on the Ethereum blockchain. And it's just a token which you can send and also receive. And on exchanges, there are integrations for trading with Tether. And now let's go to any other assets. So we'll now go a little bit further back. For example, let's say on page 6 or 10, whatever. So we'll click on any random token here. I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but in most cases they're Ethereum ERC20 tokens. Again, we've got an Ethereum token. Some of them, like I said, some have very clear use cases, some might be nice and all of that, but you really have to, for the most important part, again, token. We've got again a token living in a Binance Smart Chain token, and so on. You can just go on, so its own blockchain in this case, token again. And the only thing I want to highlight here is that creating tokens is easy, and I would recommend not investing into hype tokens. And even though a hype token, if you start at the basement, you can do whatever, 10, 100x, whatever, but it's a zero-sum game. There is no value added anywhere. It's just rebalancing assets and zero speculation. It's just hoping that more people get sucked into it without doing anything. Like I said, it's a clear hype token definition. Well, I wouldn't call it a definition. These are just my thoughts here, but I'm just saying that with enough hype, marketing, and giveaways, you can do enough attention. So if you look at every hype token ever, you always see, like I said, some crazy promises, something like 100x your investment now, tomorrow, whatever. So you get big promises. You get what else do you get? You have like lots of influencers behind it, just promoting it mindlessly, and also doing giveaways. So like these giveaways where whatever retweet that, so they reach as many people as possible, because the entire thing relies on hype, not on utility, not on anything. The part here is that if you look at the whatever top 100 tokens, or also top 200 or whatever, if you go through it, many of these tokens actually have a use case, actually do something, actually have a purpose. But hype tokens don't have a purpose at all. They are just there for people, whatever. It's just like I said, you could just create my own xrpdev token and whatever, sell it for whatever. It could just create 10 and maybe we'll get 10 people of the followers to buy it. Then it could just, like I said, for example, drive the price higher. So it depends on whatever you have, so how much supply you set and so on. And yeah, it's just what I wanted to highlight here. So if we just click on all, so there are lots of tokens. So you can see here again, whatever. So I don't know the project, so I'm just clicking randomly on it. And just because, so okay, here it seems that this is an entire blockchain, which is cool. Just another part about a hype token and the claim that it's being audited. Yes, auditing a ERC20 token is not hard, because it's just, as I've shown you in another video, that the biggest part of a hype token is, like say, the ERC20 contract, so which is all pre-coded, you just copy and paste that, so whatever, 500 lines, 400 lines, whatever, and then you just type whatever 5 to 10 lines yourself. It's just a simple ERC20 token. So yeah, just because a token is an audit doesn't mean that it's good, that it's not a scam, not a fraud, or not useless. Okay, just the audit just says, okay, there's not something malicious in there, and there are no security vulnerabilities found by the auditing company. And right, so yeah, these are my thoughts on, or this is my opinion on hype tokens. That even though, like I said, even if you can get on the ground floor of a hype token, I would not recommend to participate in it, because yeah, like I said, anybody could create just a crazy hype token. Just hope that some people, like I said, jump in and lots of marketing. And like I said, the creator can have all the supply, obviously, and can also find a funny gimmick how to distribute it, or also just takes it for giveaways, uses it for giveaways himself. So create your own hype token. You have, for example, whatever 1,000 supply, then you just do giveaways with 100 of the amount of your hype token. Just do giveaways, just spread the word. Then whatever, another 400 for trading, and the rest of the 500 you keep yourself, and then you just sell off over time. So there, but without the interesting part is without adding value. So you just created a hype token with no effort, no work, and not bringing any value. It can't be used for anything. And also important to note that tokens living on the Ethereum blockchain have huge gas fees, and it's also a problem. So if you want to do a transaction for $1, sometimes you pay between whatever $5 to $100, $200, so it depends. So usually between $5 and whatever $30, but during high peak times, it's also a little bit. But I would have to add here, they changed I think they changed the gas fee model, so it's not a bidding war anymore. But still the prices spike. So the gas fees can spike extremely when the network is congested. Alright, so that's it for this video. I was just sharing my thoughts a little bit on hype tokens, what my thoughts are on that, and because I sometimes get asked what my thoughts were on a certain hype token and so on, I thought I will make it clear with this video. Alright then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.